The trades keep coming in. All right, we got another trade. Um, Norman Powell is headed to the Portland Trailblazers for Gary Trent Jr. and Rodney Hood. Wow. Once again, another one of those situations where I didn't see a name like this being moved. Gary Trent Jr., I did not think Portland would let go of. He seemed to fit in perfectly with what they have. He seemed to be able to slip in when they needed him to, in terms of having a shooting guard with upside who could shoot like crazy when CJ isn't around, and plays well when he's down there as well from off the bench. It's just one of those situations where I'm kind of shocked to see this, but they did get better. Why? Because I don't think Rodney Hood, even though he's considered a shooter, he's had some moments. He's played in NBA Finals now, played on some good Utah teams. I don't think Rodney Hood has really got any upside at this point. What he was is what he is. Injuries have kind of slowed him down just a little bit, and I just don't think of him as the same Rodney Hood that I thought of when he was with Utah. Somebody who could string up a lot of points really quickly. Somebody like Buddy Yield. He's not that caliber player at this point. So letting go of him gives you the illusion of losing shooting. But the reality is you probably just let go of a guy that's going to be in and out of your roster with injuries, because that's what he's been for the last couple years for the Portland Trailblazers. So at this point, go wait for that plane to fly over, live close to an airport. But so at this point, I think it was really more so about Norman Powell for Gary Trent Jr. Now, Norman Powell is a player that, like I said, in a previous video, is someone who could score like 30 points right now. He's surging, he's playing great, and he's going to help a playoff team. So him going to Portland will definitely help them. But I don't know that he's significantly much better than Gary Trent Jr. right now, because Gary Trent Jr. is a player who's also surging, who's also shooting the ball very well, who's also doing things for you. But if anything, he's just you're getting a championship caliber veteran who does the same things. So who's a little more seasoned, who's probably more battle tested, and I would imagine is probably a little better on the defensive end at this stage in his career. Not certain about that though. So Norman Powell is definitely a great player to pick up. I just would have liked to have not seen the Portland Trailblazers let go of Gary Trent to get him, but it's almost lateral in a way. It's basically what I'm saying to you. It's only a slight upgrade. And when you're talking about sending out two bodies, bringing back one, you're hoping for more than a slight upgrade. So that's what I think of that trade. I like the players moving. Don't get it twisted. I love those players moving, but just not necessarily to those places. Now, for the Toronto Raptors, same thing in a way. Maybe it has something to do with Norman Powell's contract situation. And if that's the case, Gary Trent is going to be great for them. Having them there is going to make it so that they have another young player to kind of go along with what we think is going to be a complete rebuild. I wouldn't be surprised to see them do what Orlando's doing, trading away just about everybody today. So keep an eye on them. I know they're not done. Also, another name that I'm looking at is Terrence Ross. I hear that the Lakers are taking a look at him as well, so that's exciting to me, just as a Laker fan. So a lot of names being rumored. I'm going to keep you guys updated as much as I can. Thank you guys for watching. BDF44. I'm out.